The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of Bronxnet or the program underwriters.
Hey there, welcome to the Bronx Buzz. This is Bronxnet's program where we talk to writers and journalists and editors and all the people putting stuff out in the media. And that would also include photographers and filmmakers and artists and anybody putting stuff out in the Bronx. And this evening, in our second segment, you're going to love the photographer. I had never met him before. I'd never seen his work before. He's being shown actually at Montefiore Medical Center at their gallery. And that'll be for the next couple of months. So you'll get a chance to see his work. But to start the program this evening, we're going to welcome Liz Donovan. Okay, back with you on the Bronx Buzz. And as I told you before, I'm very excited about having this photographer. Had not met him before, had not really seen his photos before, but we're all in for a treat when we see the work of Pablo D. Castillo Jr. Nice to have you with us, Pablo.
Thank you so much, Gary. It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's just talk about you and your background. A Bronx guy feels it here when we talk about the books behind me about our hometown. Tell me about growing up in the Bronx and what took you from point X to point Y, and you became a photographer.
So yeah, obviously I'm born and raised in the Bronx, and I don't see myself ever leaving. My parents raised me here in the Bronx. I went to school, and sorry, I'm kind of nervous right now. So
that's all right. Listen, Bronx people can relate to what you said. When you said I'm born and raised and I'm not leaving, I was going, my man. And what high school did you go to?
So I went to Evander High School.
Okay, I went to Clinton, so we are Bronx brothers. And then tell me, so you were not originally a photographer?
No. So growing up in the Bronx, you have two paths. Either you live a positive life and you can also be involved in a negative lifestyle, which unfortunately, I grew up in a negative lifestyle. I used to be involved in graffiti. So I got into photography because I needed a positive outlet in order to stay creative.
Was there somebody who said to you, hey, Pablo, that's not happening. You can get in trouble. It's not working out. Do this, or did you kind of figure that out on your own?
No, yeah, definitely my parents. They were going to, show me right from wrong if I didn't go down the right path. But, growing up in the Bronx, I have a lot of wisdom and just observing the people around me. And my uncle taught me chess as a young child. Right. So in my life, I use chess as the way to guide myself through life. I see 10 paths down the road of where any decision I make is going to take me.
That's fascinating. I'll give you a bit of Bronx history. When Bronxnet television started, I had the first feature story on the station when they turned it on. It was about a Bronx youngster who had won a national championship in chess, and they were talking about the effect that it has on young people. So I'm checking off all the boxes, man. You're doing the right thing. And the other thing, talking about graffiti, which the Bronx had artists, and then you saw what the subways used to look like. Mm-hmm. Tat's crew makes a lot of money now because they became legit. They are the perfect example of people who did graffiti and then turned it around and made a career out of it. So let's talk a little bit about your photography. You just picked up the camera and you shot everything around you. I mean, tell me something about that.
So yeah, I've been involved in photography for the past 5 years, and I would usually photograph New York City. Just a year and a half ago, I decided, you know what, I'm going to start capturing my hometown and show love to the hood. And yeah.
Let's Rebecca, let's just put up anything you got. She's got all the pictures up there. Look at this. People who look at Tracy Towers and say, "Oh, it's such an ugly building." Listen, we know what it's like. But you did something special with Tracy Towers. Tell me about this picture.
Yeah. So this image right here is very hard to capture. Star trails in New York City is very difficult for the fact that there's so much light pollution. So I have an array of skills in photography. So I use Photoshop in order to change an image and show the beauty of my perspective and how I see it. And
was that a daylight shot or an evening?
No, yeah, so that's a nighttime shot.
Nighttime shot.
Yeah, I just did a sky replacement and added some beautiful star trails to the unfortunately, ugly building that, I think it's actually absolutely beautiful.
Listen, people live there, and people have been living there for many, many years. All right, now there was if I remember correctly, Rebecca, there was another look at Tracy Tower. This is just priceless, I think.
Thank you. Yeah, I just caught that the other night. I've been, it's been a goal of mine to capture the moon rising in between the towers. And one night I went out to Soundview to photograph the moon rising. And on my way back home, I unexpectedly captured the moon rising right in between the towers. Wow. And I just got to stop and capture it.
It's absolutely beautiful and fantastic. And, I appreciate as much as anybody artwork that makes our borough look a different way than some people outside of it think it looks like.
Absolutely. Never limit your capabilities. My goal is to tell my story and how I view my hometown.
Listen, you've come to the right place on Bronxnet television to talk about that. Before we go, this talk about how we view our hometown. We are going to talk about your gallery exhibit, which is happening as well. Talk to me about this. This is gorgeous.
Thank you so much. So yeah, I was on a photo shoot. This is my old neighborhood up by 230th. In the west side of the Bronx. And
so you're looking at that where? You're looking north at that spot?
That's west, looking west towards Bailey Avenue.
Toward Bailey Avenue. Okay.
Yeah, towards Bailey Avenue.
Those are like the Orloff Towers?
Oh, I'm not sure of the name.
Right, okay.
But, I don't know the names, but just I wanted the image to look
and then what did you do with that? You made it, you gave it that rainbow look. I don't know if we can put it up again, but so
it was a bright day, and I just used sky replacement using Photoshop, and I added like just the dramatics clouds and a beautiful rainbow just to describe, the Bronx is beautiful no matter what speculations people have or say about it. In my eyes, that's what I see.
And did you embellish the colors a little bit, or that it was one of those beautiful spring days that we get?
Yeah, all I did was just a sky replacement and just brighten the photo a little bit, and it was a beautiful day.
You were on a shoot, you said. Was that something just for yourself, or you were part of a group doing something?
No, just a personal shoot, walking around the neighborhood, just trying to capture a moment.
That's fantastic. All right, let's keep going. Let's show some more stuff. Here you go. Where is this?
So here, this is City Island. This is another moment. I wanted to capture the sunset, but it was a very gloomy day. So you can see here the sky has like a dramatic lightning strike occurring. And I felt like...
Did you actually catch the lightning strike?
No, I added that as well.
Wow. Tremendous work.
It was a huge, gloomy, gray sky, and the sun peeked out perfectly at that moment, at the final moments of sunset. Right. And I just felt like it needed some more spice. So
it is just fantastic and
thank you.
Beautiful. Keep going. Let's do some more.
So here's another moment of basically me showcasing my skills and wanting to describe how I view a moment. I use sky replacement in order to show a dramatic scene occurring here on High Bridge.
And where did you take that picture from?
From High Bridge.
From the bridge itself?
Yes.
Oh, which reminds me, we do have some other tremendous pictures from the High Bridge. High Bridge is one of the great places just about anywhere.
Yeah, the oldest bridge in New York. Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, so let's do it. Let's take a look. Yeah, this is my favorite of them all. It's just
fantastic. Thank you so much. Yep. So this is High Bridge again, and I just felt like this scene needed some more Bronx vibes, something dramatic.
And did you mess with that one at all, or was that was the way that it was kind of?
Yeah, that's another image that I use sky replacement. So my goal is to just don't be afraid to use Photoshop in order to show your skills. I did capture the image. It's not fake. It's a real image.
It's like an artist who paints. You say, okay, well, wait a minute, it's not exactly like that.
Yeah.
But an artist who paints a picture, and there are artists who paint landscape pictures like that, and they add stuff or they change it or they make it look like they want it to look like. Same kind of thing. Use all the tools that you have, et cetera, et cetera. Do you go out every day? I mean, do you do this all the time to look for stuff? Or do you just, well, okay, now Saturday afternoon, I think I'll take a walk?
Well, I'm a full-time handyman and a part-time freelance photographer. So I try to make time after work or on the weekends to go out and do my shoots.
And you love it.
Yeah, I love it. My goal is to be full-time one day. So I hope to one day just shoot every single day, from morning to night.
Wow, fantastic. All right. I lost count, Rebecca. We got one more? I think we have one more. Oh, here we go. And this was fascinating. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of those, like when you go to a amusement park and one of those mirror things where you got to walk in and around the mirrors. So what is this?
That's a cool observation. Yeah, definitely. This is obviously High Bridge.
Oh, it's the bridge.
Yeah. This is High Bridge, and that's the tower straight ahead. And I just used some blur effect in order to raise the gates and added a moon in the photo.
It is really just gorgeous, and all the pictures are gorgeous. Let's talk about the gallery at Montefiore. Not only are you being shown, it's your first gallery, but this was, for personal reasons, a very special thing for you.
Yeah, so I'm very grateful to have my work exhibited in the hospital. I was able to get them to notice my work because I tagged them on my Instagram feed. And it's very important because of circumstances I went through with my mother. She passed away from cancer in Montefiore. So not only is my work dedicated in showcasing my hometown and my love for it, but it's also dedicated to my mother.
And being shown for the first time anywhere at Montefiore Medical Center kind of means a lot. It's almost like giving back in a way, right?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly how I feel, because going in the hospital in and out for many years, I would notice the artwork and anything that changed there, and it kind of like gave me a sense of relief and like just a positive reinforcement to go and deal with what I was going through.
Are there places in the Bronx that you say, this one is next, I'm going to do this one? I mean, or is it just a matter of walking around? Now, what neighborhood do you live in currently?
So I'm in Bedford Park.
Oh, Bedford Park. So listen, you got the reservoir there. I mean, there's plenty of great things to shoot in that neighborhood. Do you have places or things that you're looking at to do?
Yeah, so I'm always doing my recon. I have a list of locations that I'm planning on doing. And I'm always taking notes on where to shoot next, what vantage point can I get to. And right now I'm currently in love with Soundview section and the Whitestone Bridge and Bronxnet Bridge. And
getting the views that you can get from the borough of the Bronx. All right, now let's talk social media. People want to see you. People want to see your stuff. And then let's also talk about how to get to the Montefiore Medical Center gallery show. Go ahead, sell. Sell it, baby.
So you could find me on Instagram. That's where I post all my work at InTheBronx, or also my personal page at Pablo D. Castillo Jr. And you could also try to visit Montefiore. My gallery should be up for the next 3 months.
Next 3 months, all the way through the fall. Pablo D. Castillo, guess what? We're going to invite you back, man.
Thank you.
Shoot some great stuff, great Bronx stuff, because what you're telling us is heart and soul to our home borough of the Bronx. We appreciate it.
I appreciate it so much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Guess what, folks? We thank Liz Donovan from City Limits, and of course, our great photographer, Pablo D. Castillo Jr. And you know what's going to happen? This is going to happen. We'll see you next week.